how should people ensure they are answering the questions and not going off on tangents?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I often think tangents get a bad rep. Sometimes tangents can be quite helpful, but the key bit is relevant. But generally, start with your academic anchors. So what were you asked? What were you not asked? What's there in terms of the marking guidance? What's there in terms of the marking criteria? Invariably, it's not a question you're being asked, it's a theme. So it's not sort of like, so specific, what's the definition of a value? You're going to be asking me, what is the, I don't know, how might professional and personal beliefs differ, with you, service user curves, et cetera, et cetera. So it's more sort of like, more intangible stuff that you're trying to get. So your anchors are going to be beliefs in relation to that. And I always remember to answer what you've been asked, not what you hope you're asked. Exams are particular for that, not what you want to be asked, not what you're prepared for. I don't care what that question says, this is the answer I'm given. The Bismarck was a German battleship. You're thinking, what? So yes, answer. So it's more they address the thing. That's your and all the other academic anchors that we've talked about up to now. And I'll maybe do a summary at the end if I can get a chance.
Oh, yeah.
But they're the bits that I don't want to keep repeating it, but yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. So are there anything that people should avoid doing when writing an assignment? I feel like we've gone through that quite a lot now.
Well, a couple of things maybe to add. That would be avoid waffle, or waffle as some people say, unless it's intelligent. I mean, you're a social worker, you know how to waffle intelligently. I mean, there is a bit of that really. Don't make unsupported assertions, no plagiarism. Introduction and conclusion are really important when you're doing an assignment, i.e. don't do them until you finish the assignment. Now, I know I'm different to other people on that, but I think it's absolutely daft to write an introduction and absolutely daft to write a conclusion when you haven't written an assignment. So write your assignment and then take a deep breath and then look at your introduction conclusion. So we'll come back and look at that if you want.
Yeah, well, that's actually one of my questions. So do you want to go into that now?
Oh, okay. Well, a couple of other things here just to say that never, just another little sort of like Gerryism. Don't write for the marker.
Yeah.
Write for the marks. Often people say, Gerry, would you be happy if I, whatever? And I say, sorry, if you think my happiness is dependent upon you writing and me reading and marking your assignment, you're going to have to get a life because I have one. And secondly, I may be the first marker, Kaylee may be the second marker. There may be a cross or intercollegiate arrangement to mark, then the external. So you can't write to please the marker. It's just silly. And we learn that in primary school and that really it's, and then avoid overstated, emotive, judgmental, naive language. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to introduction and conclusion if I can, because I want to give you some examples of that. So things that, when people write in assignments like that, it's perfect, excellent. You must be happy or you must be sad because, no, they mustn't be anything. Ask them how they feel, don't tell them. You must feel upset. Why? Well, who are you to tell me I must feel upset? Oh my goodness, Kaylee, as a counsellor, as a social work person, that really annoys me. Never tell anybody how they're thinking and feeling. Ask them. And they will tell you.
Yeah.
The classic one is, pregnancy. Yeah, I mean, often people say to me, I can't believe you didn't congratulate, X, Y, and Z for. And I said, no, I asked them how they felt. They go, what sort of question is that? And I said, well, it's an open question. They can decide to say to me. If they say happy, I will, of course, say congratulations. But I want them to know I'm somebody they can talk to if they're not happy.
Yeah.
Or if they are. Because we can't force people into, and we do that, I was interviewed a couple of months ago and I was talking about just how poor we are at communication and how much we've stopped listening to people. In fact, we've even turned questions into greetings. How are you? Isn't even a question anymore. It's just a greeting. And dare you answer that? And people look at you and go, sir, what did you say? In fact, it's even got to the stage now, you pick up a phone, you go, hello, they go, well, I'm fine, how are you? And I say, I haven't asked you yet. Or I say, I'm feeling upset. Or no, you'll say, oh, Gerry, I'm feeling upset about something. I go, so am I. And you say, sorry, Gerry, who asked you? I haven't stopped talking about me yet. And then people think you're very cheeky. You're not. Yeah. These are professional helpers who make these mistakes. Anyway, other words then, use of the word massive. It's a massive success. I was fabulous. It was fabulous. I hated doing this assignment. There was nothing more I could do. There's always more you could do. You could do it differently. Maybe not better, but differently. Or I couldn't find anything on or about. Well, that just says something about you as the researcher of that particular bit. Okay, introduction, conclusion. Yeah, when you're writing an introduction, so you've got the main body of the work. So you've got your 3,000 words done or whatever it is. So that's it done. You now know what you did and you know what's come out of it. Now, the standard advice around introduction and conclusion, I differ on. So I'll honor the standard first. The standard is the introduction should signpost what's coming in the assignment. The conclusion then should reflect on that signpost and what came out of it. And, and that's fine. For me, an introduction is your opportunity to engage the reader. It's your first opportunity, and your conclusion is your penultimate opportunity, but it's your big opportunity to disengage the reader. So you have opportunities. Now, I mean this deeply honorably. Most of us write what most of us write. There's very little variation. So if whatever the thing, I think the assignment exam again was on beliefs, most people are going to write the same stuff. What differs Kaylee from Gerry's work is her introduction will be more thoughtful. Her conclusion will be more thoughtful. It won't be just, in this assignment, I need to get a regurgitation of the Martin criteria. I'm thinking, what is the point of that? Now, I know different academics will disagree with me and stuff. Do you know what? I'm in the chair.
You're in the chair.
You do your bit. So for me as a writer, and I've written a lot, I've been a student for a number of years, et cetera, and I've always, to the best of my ability, tried to engage the reader in my introduction. Now, it's not a novel. I'm not trying to write a story, but I want to say something significant about what it is I'm talking about. So I may say something about belief. I may put a quote into my introduction, but I will make a statement that the rest of my assignment will then find a way of substantiating, supporting, or challenging. And then my conclusion is the last opportunity I've got to talk to the reader. But remember, writers, you're not talking as in verbally, you're communicating. So you want to say something about all that you've done, what's come out of that, and maybe where that's going in terms of future work, whatever it is. I say the conclusion's the penultimate because, of course, the last thing is your reference section. And that's the bit that people often leave and do a mess of, and that leaves a very bad impression, But please make good use of your introduction and your conclusion, because they're yours. They're no one else's. The main body of work will be similar to everybody else's. So hopefully that helps in relation to that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you.